Live and direct, put it in perspective. It's your boy B Mad.
And this is Raimundo Telemundo.
There's 1,000,001 podcasts with 1,000,001 stories.
And everyone wants to be heard. But at the end of the day,
we got something to say.
We're here to give you our perspective on
sports,
hip-hop,
finance,
and whatever the hell else is going on in life. We reflect
and we put it in perspective. Yeah, we live, baby.
We back.
Pick it back up.
Over though? Like this?
Yeah, right there. Yep.
All right, my bad.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. We just jumping back into it. We had some technical difficulties. Who's recapping the Nets game? They lost, bad loss against the Wizards.
We were talking about maybe Brooklyn might not score on Tuesday against the Clippers as much as they did against Washington. I think.
Right, I said that. Yeah.
But the Knicks scored 115. It could have been garbage time production, sanitation homes.
Mm-hmm.
But you know that was our point of that was our response. I was at least my synopsis of the evening for Brooklyn is that they're gonna have these games because they don't have defense. So they're gonna have to play this crazy, up and down type of seesaw type of game, and really that's to their advantage. Like they lost tonight, but there was no Harden.
Yeah.
And like the Lakers don't want to play a game like this. LeBron does not want to have to put up 150 points.
No, I don't think the Lakers have the legs. I don't think he has the legs to do it. I mean, he could do it, but to do it like say they meet up in a 7-game series, I don't know.
They would have to game plan, go back and say, yo, there's no way we can do that. If you can't. I was going back over. I gotta really, really hit the last 20 years, like my favorite offenses ever. Mm-hmm. Sacramento, Phoenix, right? Phoenix is up there. Not my favorite, but they were one of the best. Golden State is obviously.
Yes.
San Antonio, I'm talking about. Boston didn't really have a great offense. The Lakers of the late 2000s. But my favorite defense that nobody talks about is when Dallas was on a run.
Wait, defense or offense?
Offense, I'm sorry.
Okay.
My favorite run that from an offensive team that was ahead of their time that would have destroyed this era was Dirk, early young Dirk Diggler, Nash was still there, and Nick Van Exel coming off the bench.
Yes. Fun and done.
That team was serious. They were, but only because Dirk got hurt, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know. I got to look back.
But there was, I guess the big three there would have been Finley, Nash, and Dirk. But
they were balling.
Yeah.
They were balling. Fun and gun, bro.
Yo.
Nelson.
Look, they always talk about Amari getting hurt. Amari getting suspended when he came off the bench. It was a game 5 or 6 against San Antonio, Robert Ory and Ed Bono, whatever it was. But Dirk getting hurt was major for that team because that was like one of the best offenses I've ever seen. Just an injury, they just forget about all that.
But their problem was defense.
It was, but what I'm saying
but
is
the formula was working. It worked to a point.
I don't see how it was like one of those like the basketball gods are like no. We're not.
Yeah.
No. You can't. We need to play defense. We're gonna. You got to way too good on offense. But I think they were that good. Could have won because I don't see how they were being stopped. I'll rewatch it. I gotta look more into that. But with Brooklyn, you don't want to get caught up in a super offensive team like that. And the Lakers have a good enough defense to avoid that. And that's really what Brooklyn is trying to figure out. Like how to make people go into this hectic style. Yeah, they lost tonight, but there was no Harden, so they weren't at full strength. And like you said, they're playing the Clippers on Tuesday. So that means Harden was sitting down to rest for that game.
Yes. Yep.
And that's the cat. Denver ended Utah's 11-game winning streak or 10-game winning streak.
I believe so. I think it was 11 games, something like that.
Jokic is looking like, you said, the MVP so far?
Yes. Jokic. I want to say LeBron, KD. You could throw KD in there. KD's statistically, this is his best season. Coming off a crazy injury. And Joel Embiid. I'm sorry, I can't forget him.
They're killing.
He's killing. He's killing, bro.
On Friday, and that'll be Indiana, who's a playoff team in the East right now. But Denver just beating Utah. Utah got the best record.
Yeah.
He had 47. They wanted him to go for 50, but he didn't shoot or something like that. I was reading about it.
That's the playoff rematch right there. That series was crazy. That series last year was wild, bro. One of the best series. And due to the bubble going on and just lack of sports, I probably watched damn near every playoff game I could watch last year. And watching that series was incredible, man. Seeing Donovan Mitchell and what's my man name from the Nuggets?
Murray. Oh, yeah.
50-point games back to back like that. Like it was. You love to see that, man. That was incredible to me.
And Denver got the Clippers out of there.
Yep, Denver got their ass right the fuck up out of there, man.
Jokic is the new. He's how you. Well, Embiid also. You gotta shoot to be a big man, right? There is no more.
You have to be an effective big man.
We always talk about this. Yeah. In this day and age, you better shoot. It's skill. There's a skill.
Yeah.
Multiple skills on to play in the league now. It's I had the old man syndrome at times and I found it boring or whatever. But Jokic is ill to see, man.
Yes.
He's ill. I love to see him. I'm disappointed. I'm disgusted with Dallas and Porzingis.
I knew we was going to Dallas. I knew we was going there. The Mavericks.
Doncic is young, but see someone like him, he's falling in love with the step back a lot, and it's I think teams are playing him like that, and it's been like he got like Ben Simmons-ish. At a certain point, if you can't shoot the three, like what are you gonna do? You gotta operate out. We always talk about that. Operate out of the mid range because his team they traded Seth Curry. I seen that on Twitter. People were saying he traded Seth Curry for Richardson, and it was for offense.
Josh Richardson.
Yeah, Josh Richardson's supposed to be a 3-and-D guy, but they might have ruined the chemistry a little bit. And you need way more shooters around Doncic because he has to operate mid range. KP is not a post guy,
right?
And he's not. He's a rim. He protects the rim, but not as much as he should. They're a good landing spot for Andre Drummond too.
Yeah, it's Dallas. That'd be a great.
I'm always trying to trade Dallas.
Huh?
I'm always trying to trade someone to that.
Well, yeah, I mean, Willie Cauley-Stein is decent. He's a decent plug-in center for you, but you could if you get Andre Drummond, he's your starting center. Yeah. Cauley-Stein will be a great backup. You know what I'm saying? He puts up good numbers. He'll give you a nice little double-double, a little 14, 10. I can see him coming off the bench. But you get an Andre Drummond over there, man. They got a decent squad. Man, Luka's gonna be Luka. It's still early, man. He could be an MVP candidate. He was looking good those first few games. He's the youngest to have this many triple doubles at this point in his career. He broke Magic Johnson's record with that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yes,
wow.
sir. More than LeBron at this point. At this point in his age in his career. Yeah, I mean, they got upside, bro. I mean, Tim Hardaway Jr. at this point, he's a decent player. He put up 19 the other night. I mean, they got work to do, man. They still got to add some pieces, but if they get someone like an Andre Drummond there, and they probably get another shooter. Hey, look, what's the name is on the market now? JJ Redick. That's a possible candidate to pick up. I heard
Yeah, but I
heard the
like
Nets and Knicks got their name in there, but I doubt the Nets go get JJ Redick. We already got Joe Johnson who's playing way better and is younger. JJ Redick. Joe Harris on the Nets.
But
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind them on there, man. I mean,
Why?
they another shooter, and he's smart. I've always liked JJ Redick.
He's a vet.
He always played like a vet.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like players like that, they know their role, they know what their weaknesses.
That's true.
Who else? Like I want to see JJ Redick. He can only go to the Lakers. He can only go to Denver. Denver will be dope with him too.
I can see him going back to Philly.
Yes, any contender. So our top three, because we always say there's only 3 or 4, maybe 5 teams a year who can actually win it all.
Okay. Yes.
So
true.
this year's the Lakers. Definitely the Lakers.
Yes. Nets.
The Nets, if
No.
now they're starting to.
They're going. They're a contender, bro. Listen. The defense is all right. They have probably out of all the offenses you stated before, out of all those offenses in the past, this offense probably has the best chance to shoot their way to going to the chip. I'm not guaranteeing they're gonna win a chip, but they have the best chance out of any offense that you've seen in the last 10, 20 years, maybe, that can shoot themselves to the finals without having like a solid defense. I could see them coming out of the East beating the Philly. Phillies is gonna be a tough squad to beat. I definitely see them getting past Boston. Philly's gonna be their problem in the East. Philly's gonna be their problem.
So the Lakers, you got the Nets.
Yes.
We're still throwing the Clippers in there.
Yes. Got to.
Or is Utah in the conversation? So there, if we have more. All right. Philly's in the conversation. I want to say Philly has more of a chance than the Nets right now. Regardless if it's a little bit, it's not. I'm not saying the gap is, the Lakers and Cleveland. I'm saying the gap is it's small. The Nets should be is the second favorite. Philly got to be the first, and out the East especially. If you had a bet. You had to bet your mortgage for the month.
All right, if right now the playoffs started today and it was a 7-game series between the Nets and Philly, woo! I'll put my money on Brooklyn. I'm going with Brooklyn, baby. Yes.
You're gonna lose your mortgage for the month. It's a lot of overtime, man. It's a lot of overtime, bro.
Listen, man. Listen, I gotta go with the home team, man.
Okay, so now here's the interesting thing.
Okay.
Do we have is Denver conversation? Because you looked at Utah but I don't look at Denver with as much as I do Utah.
Yeah, now Denver, but do you see Denver beating LA or the Clippers?
I think they have a better chance now than Utah.
Yes, they have a better chance than Utah. Utah looks great right now. I don't see them beating Denver still. I don't see them beating the Clippers or the Lakers. So, yeah, Denver has a better chance than Utah.
I'm just looking up offensive stats. All teams. I would think Denver has better offense than Utah. And it's just it's the hype off of Jokic for me right now. I might be bandwagoning it right at 3,000 right now. But I love Mitchell, but I don't like him as much as
who?
I don't like Donovan Mitchell.
You don't like Donovan Mitchell?
I like him.
Oh, okay.
It's cool. It's cool. But Jokic is dominant.
Oh, no, he's a big man that can give you a triple-double. He's done it this year a few times. He can average a triple-double if he wanted to, bro. He's a big man that can pass. He has court vision. He's smart. Bro, he has the fundamentals, man. He's one of the throwback European players that was built from the ground up, that knows the fundamentals, give you a little bit of flash. He gets the job done. Put up big numbers. That's who you build your team around. That's what they're doing.
And they're a playoff team. So they're a playoff team with a dominant. That's why I got us. And the Nets have at least 2 dominant players with Durant and Harden. Philly has Embiid, and Simmons on defense is dominant. So the Lakers, LeBron, Kawhi on the Clippers.
But see, that's my thing with Philly. Because they need another, like we spoke about this before in another podcast. They need another offensive player. Someone's going to get you more points, because Ben Simmons, he could be a facilitator, but he's not going to put up them big numbers. Again, all right, say Philly plays the Nets. Outside of Embiid, who's going to really be Tobias Harris is going to be other offensive threat? I mean, Ben Simmons will probably give you like it's 15, 20-something points, probably 25 on a good night. But, man, I just don't see them out shooting the Nets, man. I just don't.
No,
I don't see who. Huh? What?
No, but defensively, Ben Simmons is a problem.
Okay.
You put him on Harden, it changes. He puts something to that. You at least have someone who can cause some disruption. You're not going to stop Harden, but if you force Harden, his tendency is to go and do that. I forgot that I hate to see Harden one-on-one. I forgot how much I hated it until the other night.
And I still hate it. Listen, but see, this is the beauty of this. The beauty of this now is that Harden, he could be your facilitator, which he has been. He has 2 players on the wings. Probably 3, because Joe Harris is a threat. Philly don't have that many options, man. So even if Ben Simmons contains Harden to a point, you still got to deal with KD. You still got to deal with Kyrie. You still got shooters on the wing. You still got a Joe Harris there. Philly don't have that much offense, man. I'm telling you, it's going to be ugly. Don't let KD get off.
Philly is top 10 scorer.
Yes, they are.
Their opponent points per game are 10th. So that isn't great.
Where's the Nets?
Which one? Which one are we talking about here?
What do you mean? Who are we talking about? The Nets, man. Where they at? Where they rank?
Yeah, give me a couple seconds here.
They average 115 points a game, so shoot.
Well,
huh?
They should be number 1 in scoring. They were tied with Milwaukee. Milwaukee was number 1, but I was surprised by that.
Yeah, they starting to take a little dip, man.
I look at their stats. Milwaukee, like who they played this year, their opponent's record. Because so the Nets are number 1 points per game in the league at 121, which is crazy. But their opponent's points per game is 26. That's trash. And so when you say that Philly has to look for that third scorer, do they? I think there's gonna be a multitude of third scorers and fourth scorers and fifth scorers when you're ranked 26th in the league in opposing points per game.
I don't know, man. We gotta see, man. It's still too early. They look good.
It is, but we just rattling off. Those are the top 6 teams, and we always say it's either 4 or 5. It's only 4 or 5 teams that legitimately have a chance.
All right, let's do this. Let's pick our top 5 from the East and pick our top 5 from the West. Starting from 5 to 1 in the East. Who do you got?
You gonna pick them?
Yeah, I mean, pick who you think is a contender to go to the chip. Like, who has the best chance? Ranked from from 5 to 1. 1 being the best, obviously.
I think it's Philly, New Jersey, Milwaukee. It's
The
Toronto,
East even have
Boston.
5.
No, that's what I'm saying. No, it's gonna be 4 or 5 in the league. I'm saying.
Man, listen.
And even with that, just keeping it simple. 1 through 6 right now are the teams we mentioned: Clippers, Jazz, Lakers, Sixers, Nuggets, the Nets. So now we got to take 2 teams out of there right now. We don't believe in the Jazz.
Nope.
No. Okay. And who's the other team we don't believe in? I believe in the Nuggets right now more than the Nets.
What?
Yeah.
First, wait.
They have a harder path.
The Denver Nuggets have a harder path.
Yes.
Okay, so then you have to eliminate them.
Not necessarily. Because
Why
if
not?
we're saying, because what I'm saying is, who has the best chance to win in the league, to win the championship, right?
So you think Denver's gonna beat LA?
I think they have a better
Lakers,
chance, right? So
and Clippers.
That means that the Nets would have to play one of those teams in the championship, and I think they would lose, even if they made it out of the East.
So you think
right?
you think the Nets, if they play the Clippers or Denver, say LA doesn't make it,
the Lakers.
If the Nets play the Clippers or Lakers, I mean the Clippers or Denver, you think the Nets don't have a good chance of winning?
If they play the Nuggets,
yeah,
they might not win.
Wow. I don't know, man.
Bro, when you have, it's not just the fact that, all right, let me click on the Nuggets. When you have a set offense, they're 3rd in the league in scoring, the Nuggets. So they're going toe-to-toe with you.
Yo, you know what? Hold on. Wait. The thing that's going crazy right now is all these games, you look at these scores from like the last several weeks, a lot of these scores have been ridiculous.
Crazy.
Ridiculous, bro. It's the most points I've seen scored in the NBA in a long time, bro. I can look. Listen, I'm gonna just call off the games from today. The Nets game, 146, 149 Wizards. Clippers and Knicks, 129, 115. Jazz, Nuggets, 117, 128. Philly and Indiana, 119, 110. Magic in Toronto, 102, 115. Cavs in Minnesota, 104, 109. Bro, it's not everyone scored in triple digits. Everyone, not one team.
Crazy. Also, just individually, there's only like 3 players in the top 50 scoring who shoot less than 30% from 3-pointers. That has never happened before. Yeah. I don't even have to go look at an AllBall. That has never happened before. Maybe last year, but that's recent. But with the Nuggets, what they're developing into, Jokic is like that kind of player. I love that kind of player. They just involve the rest of the team. He can shoot the 3, like we say, he's a big man.
Yeah.
Rim protection is not about shot blocking per se, but he's smart.
Yeah.
And they put the Clippers down. They laid the Clippers down last year.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The Clippers look like a shell of themselves last year, man. I mean, I don't know how much was Doc. I mean, he had something to do with it. Then Paul George. Oh, that was terrible. And then Kawhi didn't even play that great, man. People forgetting about that, man. Everyone was dogging Paul George, but
that's true.
Kawhi didn't have a great postseason last year.
That's true. There's a lot of hyperbole I'm kicking right now about Denver. But
hey, listen, we're natural overreactors right now because we just reacting in the moment. So
the 47 points, they knocked off the Jazz. This is a statement. I'm going ESPN. This is a statement game here by the Denver.
You gotta get your Stephen A on.
Right, it's a statement game. So, but what I'm saying is they're getting closer to their identity than the Nets are.
Yes, I agree. Yes, the Nets are still. The Nets are getting there. I've seen it in the last several games. They're getting there because they're starting to get comfortable. And even like they've been talking about, even like Kyrie and Harden's relationship is getting great. Kyrie's starting to work himself back into playing shape and just getting himself back, just the chemistry of the locker room. It's looking good. Listen, it's early. Still early. I'm telling you, I'm not worried about Brooklyn, bro. The things I do worry about are defense, but I think their offense might offset their shortcomings on defense. If
Okay.
any offensive team could do it, is that team.
Okay, so we'll say it again. The 6 teams. I don't even count Milwaukee anymore, which is crazy.
Yeah, bro. They just look suspect to me, man. Milwaukee looks suspect, man.
They got to stop Giannis. Same issue with Doncic.
He got yammed on last night.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was about it. But Giannis is the same issue as Ben Simmons and Doncic. Why are you shooting 3-pointers?
Yeah.
If there's anyone in the league right now who should be working on a sky hook, it is Giannis Antetokounmpo.
You get points for getting close.
Yes. All right, but so top 6: Clippers, Jazz, Lakers, Sixers, Nuggets, Nets. If you have to boil it down to 4, you're eliminating the Jazz and the Nuggets. And you got Clippers, Lakers, Sixers.
You got your conference finals set up then. You got Clippers, Lakers. Hopefully, I would love to see them in the conference finals. And Nets and Philly. I'm calling it now. That's what it's going to be.
Okay, so then my fun finals, I'd rather see the Nuggets and Lakers.
You're bugging.
I would rather see it, but I'm going to have to agree with you as of right now. I'm going to have to agree with you. I'll take out the Jazz and the Nuggets. And the 4 teams that have the best chance of winning a championship as of right now got to be the Clippers, Lakers, Sixers, and Nets.
Easily. I'm saying easily because
I'm not saying easily.
All right, because we can keep going on this, but
yeah,
it's set. Those 4. That's my 4. That's what I'm going with.
Okay.
That's my final answer.
So this week on Twitter,
oh shit,
they had a who is the most influential basketball player in the last 30 years. And you sent me some weirdo who apparently used to work for Slam. What company was it? People were trashing him after that. And the first thing I told you was he puts Jordan, Kobe, Kirk, and doesn't have LeBron up there, right?
He doesn't. He said was it B Crawford? That's his name. I think B Crawford on Twitter.
At B Crawford.
Yeah, some shit like that. Yeah.
Once again, he's not the real B Dot.
And what pissed everyone off was he started naming it why these dudes were influential. He said Mike because Mike is basketball. He's he's mostly a lot of people's goats. He's my goat. If you do have a greatest of all time, he's my pick. Then he had Kobe. The motherfucker said Kobe because of the low top sneakers. He's probably right, but that's not, bro. Listen, that's not like that's something you hold up and like, oh, this is why. Like, this is why he's influential. This is why he's on this list. Nah, hell no. There's more things Kobe did that you could have put in that spot. That shit right there blew my mind, blew everyone's mind. And then he did have Iverson. Obviously, Iverson changed the culture, man. He brought hip hop to the game. He normalized it. Cornrows, the attitude, the swag, all that shit. Motherfuckers wasn't doing that. It was wearing suits still. It was still coming off the Jordan era, the old school era, the 90s cats was wearing suits and ties. Iverson changed that, man. His whole style of play, he changed that. And then he also had, I believe he had Steph Curry. The way the game is played now, we just talked about it with big men. Big men are shooting threes. That's a part of your game now. Curry, he stretched the game out. He changed the game how it was being played. You got teams playing. Some teams don't even have a real center. They play small. They got a small lineup just because, you want to shoot the 3 ball. You want to stretch the floor. I get it. But how you leave LeBron out of that is blowing minds, bro.
So the way I think, first of all, your man, he
Ain't my man.
deserves.
Don't say that shit. It ain't my man. I don't know.
You know what? You're right, because he's the fake B-Dot. He's another fake B-Dot. There's a bunch of clones, but there's only one. There's only one very own, the real B-Dot right there with the Yankee hat. Brooklyn Nets fan, Yankee fan. So the way I think of this, first of all, he did a disservice to Kobe Bryant by bringing up low tops. Because nobody thinks about low tops when we think about Kobe Bryant's impact, especially now, his impact on the game.
Yeah.
The first thing, someone just tweeted out, what's the kid's name? There's two white boys on Miami that's all right. One of them is Hero is really good, right? But the other one's a 3-point shooter. Not interesting. Yeah, his name will come to me.
Yeah.
He said, "Yo, Kobe made it cool for you to be infatuated with basketball, like basically be a basketball nerd." And it's true.
I mean, to him, yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay. Even if you disagree with that, even if whatever, right? That is way more impressive. That's way more impressive of a point to bring up about how Kobe Bryant's influence.
Talk about Duncan Robinson.
Yes, Duncan Robinson. Mm-hmm. That's way more valid than saying that Kobe's impact on the game are a pair of sneakers. That dude should be suspended from NBA Twitter for a week, go rely on his burner accounts, whatever. The way I thought of this thing was, what happens if you eliminate these players' games, you delete them for a year's time, and you're not allowed to see a Michael Jordan highlight, you're not allowed to see a Steph Curry highlight, a LeBron highlight, Kobe Bryant highlight, and even the man who I think is number 2 most influential is Allen Iverson. Mm-hmm. If you delete their footage from the NBA and there's a before and an after, and you're watching 30 years worth of tape, you go, okay, Jordan came in, the pants got baggier, the game changed in terms of you can't even call. They started being more relaxed with the superstars. The superstar mm-hmm. call even more so than the 80s, because that was there with Kareem, all type of stuff. What else can you say about Jordan? Like to just say that he is basketball.
Listen, Magic and Bird saved the league in the 80s. Mike was just like, he was like the god. Like, he just took it to another level, man. Like, he came at the right time because media started changing, the internet started rolling into play. The NBA became much more marketable due to Mike. Like, you know what I'm saying? You had people that would casually watch the game, were in tune to the games because Michael Jordan was playing. Even from the 88 dunk contest, from that point on, like, it was just him and winning the MVP that year, the sneakers. Mike changed the culture, bro. Like, if you delete Jordan alone, the game looks pretty different. Because, look, he influenced – LeBron wears 23 because of Mike. Kobe plays the way he played because of Mike.
He wears 24. He wore 24 because
Kobe wore 24. LeBron wears 23. The game looks different without Mike. So so that assessment, him saying he is basketball these 30 years, because the game is a different game without Michael Jordan not again coming out of UNC.
So, but I'm not saying to delete him from the game. I'm saying you delete the footage and you see, like, yo, something happened here after 1988, 83. Like, what happened here that the league looks like this now, from the 80s to the 90s? Like, to me, there's no Harold Miner. Kobe Bryant doesn't play like that.
No, not yet.
Even LeBron is sort of like different, even though he doesn't play like Mike. Allen Iverson doesn't play like that. Marbury, Baron Davis, all these point guards that now want to play like two guards, it's all because of Michael Jordan. Yeah. He made every guard want to be a scorer as opposed to being a point guard. Yeah. And he started to introduce the reason why the NBA was implementing the zone defense, why Isaiah and Detroit were bitching like, yo, you're giving them all the calls, right? So we know that already. He changed the game with the scoring. Now, with Kobe, what people are not talking about is the fact that the game got way younger because of him. As soon as he comes in, it's not just KG. It took Kobe a while, 3-4 years, but it was like, whoa, we cannot miss this ever again.
I would say just 2 years really, because him making that All-Star game as a bench player against Mike at the Garden.
Everyone was eating crow at that point, right? We can't miss this ever again. He's the reason why Tyson Chandler and Eddie Curry and Kwame Brown are top 3 draft picks.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like Kevin Garnett was drafted before him. I think Sean Kemp, I don't know what he did. I know he came out of high school or something like that. Maybe Moses Malone as well. Malone. Kobe he ushered in the reason why. Kobe even said, I got to the league, it was grown men. But after him, he didn't say this part, but after him, they couldn't miss anymore. Then they had to do the one and done rule after LeBron came in, because he really cemented that. Does LeBron go number 1 if Kobe doesn't exist? I don't know. He might.
We don't know, but it's a good chance.
He might, because like you said, the internet came in, whatever. But, all right, so that's impactful. That's highly impactful. Mm-hmm. Steph Curry, to me, is but so many years. It's only been 4 or 5 years that he's, let's say 7. It wasn't the entire Steph Curry run of his career that influenced basketball. It was the Golden State run, winning the championships, that colleges and the AAU teams, all these players, they want to play like Curry now. All right, he still needs time to show his influence. LeBron's influence, that one was hard for me to think about, because that's if you take, like I said, the footage of LeBron out and you wonder what happened between the year 2010 and 2020, something took place for all these players to now decide that, hey, we can go wherever we want now. Kawhi does not go on 3 different teams.
No.
Durant does not go on 3 different teams.
No.
These are all LeBron copycat moves.
Yeah. The decision.
So, right. And he didn't play like Jordan per se. He's more, I guess, Magic, and he's stuck in that hybrid. Yeah. But that's why I came to the conclusion that if you take away the footage of Allen Iverson in the last 25 years, there's no way you can't say, hold on, how come every single player has tattoos now? How come every single player wants to score now? They all look, what nobody really wants to say is Allen Iverson, can I say this? I made everyone really comfortable being like black, all the way black. Like, yo, I look like him. Either I look like him, my brother looks like him, my cousin looks like him. That's my uncle. The hood. Just comfortable being a black dude.
Listen,
I don't want to say hood. I think hood is
we got to say hood, man. Listen. We know in the hood we were playing ball, bro. Iverson he represented us. He represented that hip hop culture, the street culture. In the game, it was the basketball for a certain amount of time was always street. We get that, you know what I'm saying? People associate the game with, the inner city and all that. But Iverson made it popular. He made it pop. Like he made it acceptable. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just a movement. When he got on the scene and he started rocking the cornrows, the swag, everything, the locker room, do-rags on, like jerseys, like, you know what I'm saying? Cats weren't doing that. Kobe wasn't even doing that. None of these players were doing that. Vince, none of them. Iverson made that shit cool. And it changed.
Without winning a championship. Without winning a championship,
bro.
It was all swagger. It was, to be honest, a lot of his swagger, what Bill Simmons wrote in his book, when he said, Iverson is one of the only dudes, maybe the only player I've ever seen to carry a team with just swag.
Yeah.
You understand? So he carried the league like that. And no, they didn't like it, but do the jerseys say Oakland on it? Do the Nets have a Brooklyn Coogee jersey now? If Iverson doesn't exist? To me, in my opinion, all of that is Iverson. Yeah. Like Jordan brought in the corporate side of the business side of a player, and he made it so that a player can now sit in that office. Like they all, Magic, Bird, they all had that respect, yes. Mm-hmm. But Iverson brought it in so that not only are you going to sit in the office, you can lay back in the chair if you want and speak however you want to speak. Yep. Because he sounded, this is how we really sound. It's like that. That's how we really sound. And everyone was scared to do it. But he was so unafraid, iconic, that there's no way anyone can convince me otherwise. that is Jordan and then Iverson. And Iverson is very close, in my opinion, to changing how the entire culture of basketball. And they show the love. The players do.
Yeah.
But the owners don't. ESPN don't. They won't. Because he didn't win. He's the anti-hero. He's the Stone Cold Steve Austin.
He is, yes. He's the attitude era. He is the attitude era in the NBA, bro. He's the Rock, Stone Cold, DX. He is that. And they hated it. But you had to love it because everyone else embraced it. The fans embraced it. It's just that the corporate side just chose to, try to play him, try to change the rules. They even tried to implement putting back on the suits, which they did. Couldn't wear jerseys no more. You couldn't wear jeans.
And what happened to those rules?
You got thrown out the window because it was just it was.
Did they?
It was. They did, yeah.
They still. I think those rules still exist, and that shows that they were hating on AI.
But they can't. Look at Russell Westbrook. I mean, look at Dwayne Wade. Like, you could dress.
So when did
dress? You can't. It's different now. The league is different.
It is. What I'm asking is, when did they get rid of it? Because they implemented the rules about 15 years ago. So when did they get rid of it? I don't remember them getting rid of it. I
don't know. But they tried to regulate it. You don't recall that? They tried to regulate what you wore. Yeah.
So, but what I'm saying is the rules written in, but when was it written out? The same way they made a big deal of it. I don't remember it. I just remember the players showing up with their new tight, colorful jeans and their new how they want to look. How Russell Westbrook is. Russell Westbrook is an AI fan. He's influenced by him. And newsflash, LeBron, Kobe to a certain extent. They're both Iverson and Kobe's idols are Jordan.
Yes.
Clearly.
Yes.
But guess who else is one of who else idolizes Iverson? Steph Curry.
Steph, yeah.
The whole dribbling, the way he dribbles, that street ball.
Yeah.
Before him was Isaiah. He kind of brought it in. But Iverson took it to another level.
Another level, bro. That crossover. We had to kill the crossover.
Your man, I'm sorry, not your man.
Who?
The fake B dot, another fake B dot, should be ashamed of himself. That he's a slam rider. That's why
X slam rider.
X slam rider. But that's the type of shit they used to write in the 90s in slam. It was just like, yo, this is corny. He's got low top. No, it ain't low top sneakers. That's not how Kobe influenced the game. He made it so that if you was 16, 17, I ain't going to no Army. I got a chance at making the league.
Yeah.
I don't have to. The crack era is over.
Yeah.
They don't talk about that either in the 60s and 70s. All the real ball players, but they weren't in the NBA.
It's real, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's how I look at it. Jordan's 1, Iverson's 2, and 3 at this point. It got to be LeBron. I'm trying to figure out why. I really don't know. Besides the player movement shit, that's a lot of empowerment that LeBron made them feel.
That's off court. Some is off court too, but you got to give LeBron his props for that, man. You got to. He basically made it for these players the most marketable. The NBA, they do the best job at marketing their players, their face of their players than any league that we know. Better than the NFL. Well, and it helps because they don't wear masks, they don't wear hats, their faces out there. So it's easier for them to market that.
Well, you think that they market that? I think that they've been, the NBA has been they've been abusing them. Like, not abusing them, they've been exploiting them. You can't because you can't, like you said, they don't wear a mask, they don't wear hats to cover their face. Right. So they've been making money like that.
But how else are you supposed to market your players? You got to use their face.
No, but what I'm saying,
you could recognize Michael Jordan's face without even like, oh, that's. But you show a picture of Michael Jordan to someone they even know, they know that's Michael Jordan. It's just that that's who he is, man.
We agree, but what I'm saying, the NBA they didn't create this marketing. David Stern has a major. Nike, David Stern, Michael Jordan, yes. They all played a major hand in the modern day marketing of NBA stars. All right, cool. But that was happenstance because your players can't be MF Doom. and rock a mask to go play. No.
Yeah.
But you've been and LeBron helped them understand, yo, by the way, we're the ones that take all the risks. We're the ones on social media now, which is a whole different media than back in the day. I'm taking more risk of being out here. You don't know who the team owner is. You know who these general managers are. They always blame us for everything, just like an artist gets blamed or credited, like quarterbacks do as well, for having a great album or a great team.
Right.
They're the first person you think of. So LeBron is really the leverage that he weighed, that he cemented for the players. It affects the court because now the game is different. Right. Now you have to worry. Now the GMs have to worry about what's going on in the game. Are your players truly happy? You better make them happy.
Yeah. I mean,
you better make them happy.
That's how it should be. That's how it should be. These players are bringing in billions of dollars for these corporations, not just the team, the TV deal. That TV deal doesn't happen without these players, especially not LeBron in this era. You know what I'm saying? So you basically building all these corporations getting those billions of dollars off the backs of these players.
Right.
I mean that's sports in general, especially off the black athletes. That's another conversation. But
yeah,
the NBA has done a phenomenal job of just making these guys turn into brands. But I think LeBron has that effect. I think that's his influence of really making. I mean, Jordan started that, but LeBron, what he's doing right now, like putting the power behind the player, like him just going anywhere he want. Like I'm a brand. I'm taking my brand to LA. I'm taking my brand to Miami. I'm doing that, and there's nothing you can do about it. I had that cachet. I can just go anywhere I want. KD, you said it best.
I'm writing my own story.
Yeah, LeBron started that. You were absolutely right. Like that's his influence. And
I don't think he started it. I think he took it to another level.
Well, yeah.
So it impacted every sport.
He's the model now for that. Like what he's doing, his style of play. That's what you model it after now. There's no going back now. If you're a talented player and you have the power behind you, and you're great, you're marketable, you're gonna pull that power move, and there's nothing they can do about it. And that's the shit that's going crazy. Because now it's like, yo, I'm not the slaves have starting to run the ship. The slaves ain't the slaves no more.
Right. So, even though I don't like that comparison, but
I'm just saying. But you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. But and with Steph Curry, like I said, it's too soon. But the Trae Youngs of the world, all these guys, there's definitely the AAU. You hear it all the time from I guess from the Jalen Rose of the world or whatever ball players you hear about speak about it. Because I don't like watching AAU. I don't like watching all these high school games. I might, if it pops up on my timeline, I think that shit is predatory.
Listen,
it is.
You're going too far. You gotta be honest. The only time I really get into the high school ball, like I see that, like you said, on the timeline, I see highlights, you see kids doing flashy shit. Yeah, that's cool, but it doesn't I'm not gonna remember these kids' names until they probably go on draft night, go to the league. Other than that, I'm not checking for it like that. I'm not even really a big college basketball guy. Only time you see me watch college basketball is during March Madness. Other than that, I don't follow it like I used to. So, yeah.
But and LeBron might even start the new NBA family dynasty. How you say, like a family TV show with his son coming in if he comes to the league. Because the Ball really, that's a different conversation now. What the Ball did, it's not going to be seen for a couple years. Because if he had a LeBron as a kid trying to come out with his own sneakers and stuff, that's just a different thing that's not talked about.
Yeah,
it's kind of like Andre 3000-ish, where it's before his time. I think LeVar Ball and that Ball family was ahead of their time with that, and people weren't ready for it. Just like people weren't ready for LeBron and the decision. But yeah, that's what I wanted to say about that. I couldn't believe that dude with his low top analogy. That was stupid.
Damn, you killed it, man. You killed it. Absolutely right. I agree. So we got Mike 1, Iverson 2.
A close second. That might be
hold
B.
on. So wait. We can't end this without mentioning up Steph.
What do you mean?
Like, where's his place? What do you rank him? Influential in the last 30 years.
It's like I said, it's only been 5 years, and the Kobe influence, aside from the low tops, that whole, people 17, 18-year-olds coming to the league. I think also, like Duncan Robinson mentioned, his influence, I don't know if it's going to necessarily be on the court like that, but that Mamba mentality thing, it's not going to, because Kobe's game, it was charismatic. Like LeBron's game is not charismatic. That's the problem with like, we talk about Jordan, Kobe, Steph, Iverson, and LeBron. LeBron's game is never as, usually isn't as charismatic or fun as those other guys. They're going to put on a better show. I'd rather watch them in their prime, if they're hot, But with Kobe, it's like, I don't know because we've seen it before with Jordan, his game. So I don't know if it's just the mentality that he had that you talk about off the court, the Redeem team, when they were chilling with Kobe overseas, and they were like, yo, this is how you're supposed to do it. And he's the OG. And again, LeBron is the one who bowed down to him. And then everybody kind of followed suit.
Right.
The Redeem team happened, they were like, yo, it's the coaster, bro. So
he was the vet.
Right. So I don't know I don't know how influential that is in terms of on the court, and then you erase Kobe's. Like I said, if you erase his footage and then you watch the game, you're really going to see a bunch of younger players there. If you erase Steph Curry's footage the last couple of years, you're really going to see the last 5 years. But you said 30 years. So in the last 30 years, LeBron has 10 years of players now changing teams. We've had 25 years of younger players coming into the league because of Kobe. And we've had 25 years of players looking way different because of Iverson.
Right. But listen, and saying that, within these 5 or 6 years that Steph's been doing what he's been doing, the game has totally changed, even outside of the NBA. You go on the basketball court, you go to even going to the park, you see these little kids pulling up shooting threes. They don't go to the hole. They're pulling out from half court. Like I've been on the court and I've seen these little kids, single digits, pulling up. That's that Steph. You see Steph Curry jerseys everywhere. You see freaking the sneakers. I'm like, listen.
So I want to say that hasn't been done. Steph.
What?
And this is a big compliment to Steph. I don't think I've seen that since Jordan.
Right.
Like that many kids were like, yo, now I'm playing like Steph. Be like Mike.
Yeah.
And it's more possible it's way easier for you, or more possible for more people to think they can be Steph than ever be Michael Jordan.
Boom. You said it. Boom. There you go. There you go. There you go. It's easier for them to be able to be a Steph Curry than it is a LeBron. Like your son or your kids can be like, oh, I like Steph Curry. They can be a casual, just watch it. They just know who he is and they want to pop that three. They want to shoot. They know they can be able to do it. It's attainable.
You could say similar about AI, but it wasn't white, black, Indian, Chinese, every color in the spectrum, every size in the spectrum, trying to be AI.
Yeah.
And not out loud.
Right.
Even though you had a lot of white kids, AI jerseys with braids.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But I don't remember this many people wanting to be a player since Michael Jordan, like Steph Curry.
Yeah, yeah.
Not to say who's better. We ain't talking about who's better. All we say is who's more charismatic.
It's who you want to emulate. And right now, you go to a basketball court if they're open and they got the nets up because of COVID. You go to your local gym. You go to the Y. These kids are trying to pull up and shoot threes. Even a big man on the court is trying to pull up and shoot threes. I've seen it. I've seen big dudes you think is gonna go to the rack. Nah, he pulling up at that 3 line and he's shooting it, and he's probably making it. That's all, dude. You see dudes is shooting that 3, man, and that's that Steph Curry effect. The game itself in the NBA now, LeBron shoots threes, Giannis shoots threes, Who doesn't shoot threes? You're a big man. You shooting. Joel Embiid shoots threes. Steph Curry, man. That 3-point shot changed the game. The game is different in these last several seasons without his influence.
The logo
The last
shot.
two finals are different without his influence.
The logo 3.
Yeah, the logo 3. Damian Lillard.
Yeah. He came to the league at the same time as Steph, but you copying Steph. Yeah. He's copying Steph. So, yeah, but that was your man pissed me off first. The fake beat down. That's what set me off. Like, wait a minute, what is he talking about? Low top, like that already. Like, anyway. But yeah, Jordan, AI. I'm a little. Steph might be third.
Yeah, I think Steph is third, bro. I'll put him. And you know, people gonna be mad, but I'm gonna put him before LeBron. LeBron has the influence off court. He definitely has the business side of it, the way he treats the game, how players treat it as a business now, and themselves, they are a business. Like, I'm a businessman. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole influence definitely on LeBron shows, and it's definitely an impact.
There was they had a conspiracy theory with they used to have a two kings dinner.
Yes, they did. That's what they called it. Jay and LeBron, the two kings dinner. Yeah.
Again,
right
Bill
before
Simmons.
All weekend. Yep.
A Bill Simmons reference, because when LeBron broke off with CAA, and I never wanted to speak I never on Twitter even really spoke on. I never wanted to make it hot like that, because what LeBron is doing, but now it's out there with the agents. I can't say he's in everybody's pocket, but his team is, in a good way though.
Well, yo, listen, that's what,
because the way they hated on him, bro. Pardon. The way they hated on, is it Rich Paul, the agent? Because I always confuse the name. Rich Maverick. Yeah, it's Rich Paul. The same things they were saying about him were the same for the maneuvers he was making, was the same maneuvers that David Falk was doing with Michael Jordan. It's like, yo, he has Jordan, he has the leverage. What are you talking about? That's just how it is. You're just mad.
You're just mad. Same way people are mad this week about the hedge funds and people taking advantage of these stocks. Wall Street's crying. They basically, the people doing what y'all been doing for years.
That was a hell of an analogy. The Wall Street, what do they call them? The millionaires? Something million Wall Street bets. Wall Street bets. That's the Reddit group. They made it. That is, as it might be, have to look back on it. That is the decision. Like LeBron. The decision is what the logo shot is for Curry. LeBron's effect is off the court. Wall Street bets may have changed finance forever, because now we have a whole bunch of retail investors, which is the common person, me, you, a cousin, Pete, can now link together and choose where we're going to invest at, which is how we should be rocking.
Right.
Now the government's going to go and try to play, like dictator, but
everything we just said, starting with influence from Iverson to Jordan, LeBron, Steph, the Wall Street, the stocks, all this shit is a big fuck you to corporate America, saying like, nah, I'm doing this my way. All of them. Everybody we said, it's like you change, is a changing of the guard. Like you're basically, these dudes are trailblazers. I'm changing the game. I'm not going with the motto. I'm not going with the flow. I'm going to be the flow, and I'm going to do this shit my way. And that's what we're seeing here, man. And corporations are pissed. But you know what? That's revolution, man.
You saying that reminded me of how Dan Gilbert reacted when LeBron left with the decision.
Remember that shit?
But that was the sting, what you're saying. That's how you know that you went against that rebellious, you don't expect, you ain't supposed to do that. Yo, who told you could do that? I did. I gotta talk to you. And even when he was in Cleveland, they said he didn't even talk to Dan Gilbert. You see the highlights, the footage, when they won the chip in Cleveland, he ain't talking to Dan Gilbert.
It's a reason for that, man.
Listen, as much of a crybaby as I think LeBron has been on the court too much, like 6'9", 280 pounds, if you find to the ref like that, off the court, he is a G. LeBron is a paper gangster.
G, man. Yeah.
Yeah. All the way. Oh, we got his homeboys popping. Nah, man. Yeah, that's what I wanted to get that off my chest, man. I couldn't believe it.
Yo, you unloaded. God damn. You got a lot on your chest, bro. Well said, man. Well said,
Thank
bro.
you, sir.
Shit. Anything else?
We
hip hop? Anything? Nah.
If we, that's the thing about hip hop. Like, what are we really gonna?
Listen, I'm be straight up. Like, this content out there that's been dope, but it's nothing like for me to like really. I've been so like just listening to jazz, listening to old school hip hop, like just listening to old J, old Nas, Big, Pac, like Wu-Tang, like just like this things that's dope right now, but it's like it's not like damn, it's not like feeding me. Like I'm like, oh, this, like I'm still hungry. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's not refreshing. Like it's refreshing to a point like, oh, this is new and dudes are doing what they want to do. You got Griselda and those guys making a movement, but I still feel like I want more. Like I don't know if that's just the era in the way streaming and everything is just pushing everything out. So we are trained to just want more now. It's like a fast food mindset, but there hasn't been like a hit, like any hip hop or any artist that really had me like, yo, like how Jay back in the day or Nas, like just they captured me and like, yo, this. Like, I gotta play this every day. I have not had an album from a new artist that I've been like, yo, I gotta play this every day. Like I just need to hear this. Like it's a part of my routine. And I'm feeling short. I'm feeling shorted. Like I feel like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not being satisfied, man. So it leaves me listening to older shit I grew up on. And it's like to me personally, it's a drought. That's just me.
I hear Fat Joe. It's funny how a lot of these rappers are getting money being podcasters now too. And that's not even a slight. That's just Fat Joe is always listen to. Huh?
I just think like the game is slowing up, man. I don't know.
I think it's easy money. They haven't. They have more fun like that. It's just, you in another whole state, and that's what Fat Joe's doing right now with his favorite, legendary artists, whoever he wants to invite and speak to them, and it's Fat Joe. I don't mind listening to Fat Joe talk.
Nah, neither do I.
Entertaining.
Yeah.
I think we chopping up now.
Yeah, it's starting to get choppy. Oh boy. Hold on. All right, I'm recording.
All right, so Fat Joe's still doing his thing. And all these guys are on podcasting because these are super personalities. Like I couldn't imagine Kanye in a podcast. He's a super personality, but he's
he'd be all over the place.
Yeah. Like Dame Dash would need, it's but so much you can really.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to see Dame in the podcast. I don't know, man. I love Dame, I do, but I just see on a podcast, I can see him just being
bipolar.
He's bipolar like a motherfucker, man.
Kanye, like
they perfect.
I think first of all, yes and no, but there's probably so many artists have been bipolar. So many artists. They say Steve Jobs was autistic. They say Einstein was autistic. Like these, like I don't want to. I gotta be responsible when I say something like that because being on a spectrum is something serious.
Yes. But
imagine if they're saying someone who's autistic, like a little further into the spectrum, they're saying that what I understand is they're a little antisocial. So it's not easy for them to communicate because they have probably like a one-track mind. So imagine being like, that's tunnel vision for whatever the hell you're doing. So it's a beautiful mind. Every time they lock in to whatever it is that they're being taught or what they learn. So the Kanye's of the world, the Dame Dashes of the world, when you're bipolar like that, they'd be autistic than Kanye's. case. I don't want to fucking misdiagnose him, but like imagine what that guy's locked into. If it's not a beat, if it's not this, if it's an opinion or it's a theory, he's locked into it. So he's trying to explore this thing to the T. He's not doing a scientific job about it. He's going into like a soldier combative mode about it, and he's defending that all the way to the death. And the next minute, he'll switch up the button. So those kind of personalities for a podcast is kind of difficult. So the Fat Joes, even Irv Gotti, I love to hear Irv Gotti. That's why I hated when he was on that stupid Roman Murder Inc. and they were on a hot streak, but they kind of like got beside themselves, went too street, because he's such a like, to hear him, Busta Rhymes, Fat Joe, I like Nori's stories. It's just certain people when they talk, I'm like, I'm listening to this.
Yeah.
Even as laid back as Clark Kent. Just these stories and he's a different person now. He's mad laid back, but stories are ill.
Yeah.
Stories ill. So, but speaking of Kanye, I think what the game might be going to, and what we're missing is like A&R, but the super new A&R, where it's like all of us, it's a democratic version as opposed to before you had the labels A&R and you picked the guy and there was a gatekeeper, as they call him. Well, Kanye, I think, is ahead of his time with the Life is Pablo album, where he was producing it still while he dropped the album, and then he continued to edit it while it was streaming.
While it was streaming, yep.
I think that's what, like, let's say, no disrespect to Griselda, anybody here, they the best rappers we've heard in a long time. I don't want to say I don't put them up there with kissing them yet, but damn.
Nah. And that's been my issue, because I feel like a lot of people, like, don't get me wrong, they're dope. I fuck with them. I love Griselda. I love their whole movement. I love what they're doing. But people are putting them on a pedestal with the Locks and all these artists that I'm like, nah, lyrically they.
But I agree. Lyrically, I agree.
You think they're equal?
Nah, I don't want to say equal, but here's the reason why we might not think so.
Listen, nah, hold on. Let me get this off.
Okay.
The run that the Locks had from 96, from the freestyle with Big, so let's say 2004. Let's say like D Block era. Griselda's not fucking with that. What the Locks did between that time, from Bad Boy, their time in Bad Boy to their time going to Rough Riders, the lyrical content, the classic verses, the guest speeches, the mixtapes. Even with Griselda pumping out all these albums, I don't see those albums being on any level of what the Locks did in that time period. Like me and you had this conversation off of here about Jadakiss. When Jadakiss was saying he was top 5 dead or alive, it was a point where motherfuckers considering that, like, yo, Jada, he was holding it down with X, with Jay, with Nas. You know what I'm saying? During that era in the 90s, mid 90s, going to 2000. Like, it was different, man. Like, you don't hear that, Benny. You might hear that talk with my man, damn, son.
Westside.
Not Westside Gun.
Conway, Benny.
Conway.
Okay.
Yeah, dudes love Conway. They lyrically, he's probably the best out of all. I love Benny the most, because I think Benny has the highest ceiling to anybody out of the three. But Conway is like the most lyrical one. But I still don't see them being on that same level as Jada Styles and Sheik. Like, in that.
Can I tell you why?
Why?
Because you just said it. You just went through the whole, we agreed to the T. And that's what I think they're missing. Going back to my point with A&R. If now we're critiquing Griselda out loud in public, through a podcast, Twitter, whatever, if they would have allowed it because they're their own man.
But it's not a diss to them. They still do
No.
Yeah, we're still giving them their credit.
But an artist got to be sensitive. It's just what it is. What I'm saying is, what's missing from them are the songs. I don't hear hooks. I don't hear real albums.
I mean, but that's their style, though.
Nah, but you can't. Then that's why you can't be. That's the because in my opinion, if I were to hear that in 1998, I'd be like, yo, who's that? The voice, their presence, they're not missing anything as a vocal artist, as lyricists. They're not missing anything to me. What they're missing as rap artists, as like I don't even use the term MC, just as an artist in general, they're missing hooks. Where's the A&R to say that? Like, yo, you need to make songs. That's what Russell Simmons told when Nas put his sign to Def Jam. They were like, yo, he's like Fuji Rap, he's not gonna sell. But Nas learned how to make records.
But you know what? I mean, listen, I say all that, and you say all that. This era is their formula is working for them. I mean, there's no hooks. They got the lo-fi beats, the hardcore beats. Like, it shit is gritty. And it's good for this era because of the streaming. It's not so many videos. People not watching videos like they used to. They still got they have a solid fan base. But if you're going to compare them to someone like the Lox in a different era, in a different time where dudes were making hooks, dudes were on classic songs that people vibe to, it's hard. It's hard to put. You can't compare them. It's a different time, a different sound, and I don't know.
You just spent like 10 minutes or 3 minutes talking about how you can't even listen. This game is about, it's throwaway garbage microwave shit. So Griselda is not. That's quality time that they're spending behind each one of these words, each and every word. That's what I'm saying. Where is the producer? Where is the A&R? Telling them like, yo, you know how they're gonna remember you 20 years from now? Like we're talking about the Lox from 20 years ago. The hooks.
I think.
Period. I think that's all they're missing. If they had that, forget about it. Because the Lox, even on their mixtapes, had hooks. And you know why? Because of Puff.
Yeah, that's the one thing too. A lot of motherfuckers. You know what kills me? A lot of these so-called purists on Twitter, online, they hate to give Puff his props. The motherfuckers will bring up his personal life and how, saying he want to go party and all that other shit. I get that. I get it. But you cannot deny what Puff did for the game, what he did for Big, what he did with Bad Boy, what he did with Mary, Jodeci, Mace, the Lox. You got to give Puff his props, man. What he did for hip-hop, people say, oh, he commercialized it too much. Dude, he got motherfuckers paid. What?
I don't even like to have conversations with people who speak like that.
But listen. I'm on hip-hop Twitter. And these are the conversations that are taking place. Dudes will discredit Puff because his lifestyle, like, listen, I'm talking about the music. I don't give a fuck about all the extra shit. The music speaks for itself.
Big ain't big without Puff.
If Puffy doesn't introduce the Matume Juicy Fruit sample to Big and convinces Big to do Juicy over that sample, it's a difference. It might not be a Big. You know what I'm saying?
That's crossover major Juicy, right? Time, one of the all-time great hip-hop songs, probably number 1, 2, 3, whatever.
Juicy is top.
The remix, the second
is top 10 hip-hop record. If you listen to hip-hop and from the 90s, if you're 80s and 90s, baby, you can't tell me if I say it was all a dream. I used to read Word Up Now, and you don't finish that? Come on, son.
And it's soul hip-hop, because he's talking about Salt and Pepper.
Be up in the limousine. It's a classic. It's a classic.
Not only that, the follow-up to that, in my opinion, because I have hot takes about Ready to Die, not right now. But
me too.
That second remix to One More Chance.
Yo.
It's the second one, right? Because the one that's on the album.
The one that's on the album
is good, but it's not.
Yeah, it's not.
Which one is the one that made the video? That's the second remix?
Yes, the second remix.
Third.
Video. No, second.
So what's the first remix?
There's 2 remixes. The second remix is the one for the video. The third remix is the joint that Martin did on Martin with Romeo and Juliet with Gina. Gina gave me Yeah,
So
that's the second remix.
there's three versions. Okay. Yeah. But so the remix is the one in the video.
Remix is what
Patrick's in it.
Yo,
okay. Because the original is different lyrics and everything.
Yes, different lyrics. Yep.
Okay.
Different hooks.
That remix, Flavor in Your Ear, Juicy, we just gave Juicy his credit. But that remix to One More Chance, what Big did, Flavor in Your Ear, Juicy, and the back to back with that One More Chance.
Papa. Let's not forget that with the West Coast.
Yes. So that's all Puff.
All Puff, bro. And I had it, it was crazy because I had this conversation last week with a dude. Some motherfucker that just started following me. Motherfucker just started following me. He felt like he had to put his input. I'm not gonna tell you his race because that's not fair. But anyway, without saying it,
that's not nice.
It's not nice.
That should not exclude him from a conversation. I don't like that.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely
that's a different conversation.
But the way he jumped into that conversation, like he tried to start like, that he commercialized the Puffy's fake. He said fake commercial rap. I said, so what's real commercial rap? And he could not. I still haven't got a reply. I still haven't got an answer. And I'm like, yo, listen, man, the game is different without Puff. You can hate him all you want. You can say he commercialized it too much and he brought this element and that. It needed it. It's a gift and a curse to everything, man. But it needed that in hip hop. Dudes are not getting paid and not moving out of that era without Puff doing what he did.
Right. And so someone like we said, Conway might be the biggest star. And really, Westside Gunn, I think, has more reach.
I think Benny is he's the star.
Yeah.
Benny's gonna be the one. Yeah.
I actually think Conway looks like a gangster. Even if he really wasn't a gangster, that getting shot and your mouth looking like that, he looked like a caricature.
He had a stroke too. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, God bless him. But he looks like a star to me. He looks like he could be in a movie. Just his presence, I like Conway's presence. Like he looks like he could be bigger, but they might think again it's selling out. But Big probably felt the same thing. You know what I'm saying? But I think they're missing.
Big felt that way. He didn't want to do Juicy. He didn't want to rap over that. But Puff had to like, yo, son, this is what's gonna get the ladies involved. This is gonna sell the records.
How crazy is that? That's what he didn't want to do, and it's one of the best songs ever.
No, that shit happens like that, bro. That's hip hop, man. There's a lot
like
of
if my daughter wanted to know, who's Big? Who's Biggie Smalls? I said, you don't know who Biggie Smalls is? Boom. You gotta play that song first. You go, this is good.
You gotta play it. It's undeniable. Yeah. I don't do that. I hate Juicy. I get it. It's overkill, but
I understand why. Until I heard it at a karaoke.
Bro,
karaoke is a real test for a lot of songs.
I've done hip hop karaoke. You do Juicy, you bring in the house down.
Yes.
There's no like, I don't care if you're black, white, Asian, wherever you from. You love hip hop, you gonna rock with that shit. I don't care. You could be the hardest dude in the room. If you see them women on that in the karaoke joint and they dancing, you go like, oh shit, yeah. It was all a dream. I've seen yo son, this shit is dope. I don't really fuck with it, but this shit is dope right now. Like yo,
man. the Russian bot who claimed that was fake commercialism was the same dude in the karaoke crowd who was like, yeah, B, yeah, real B dot. It was all a dream. He'll be all
Yo.
But yeah, I think that's what Griselda's missing. It's funny you brought them up because that's exactly what I was thinking of with this era because they're a bridge to us. And yes. I think that's what they're missing is that they might be reluctant because of that. Like they feel like that might be selling out or whatever. But at the end of the day, you want to be remembered in history, Or maybe you don't. Maybe that's just the era we live in, and you can always just be like a niche group or whatever. But I hope they do that. Because Jada tried it too on his first album, and it's not an easy thing to do all that. And like you said, for them to be at this point where we are talking about them and giving this much profit, we are comparing them to the Locks. That's a big deal. That ain't nothing small. They mean a lot to us, especially in that manner. Like, yo, to be compared to Styles, Jada, and Sheik at that time. That is not Mace.
Listen, that like I said, from '96 to like the mid 2000s, what the Locks did, and I'm not saying they don't have a classic album. They have a street classic. We Are the Streets. That's a street. It's not a classic all around, a consensus classic. No, I would never say that. But this is amongst the street. I know growing up, that was our album on the block.
Yeah. That's it. Mixtapes. Yeah. What they did to Clue tapes, what they did to Flex.
Yeah. It's unmatched, man. I don't care. The Rough Rider, the Volume 1, Volume 2, what the Locks did in that whole run.
Rough Rider's Volume 1 album is a classic.
Yes,
and it's not talked about enough.
Oh,
it's never mentioned.
Summer '99. Spring.
It's never mentioned.
I'll never forget it.
I don't hear it. Nobody speak on it like that. That it's a classic.
Well, you know what? I mean, because if you play it now, and I've played it recently. Well, not recently, but I played it not too long ago. A lot of shit didn't age well.
Really?
It was dope. It was dope when it was out, though. I mean, but it didn't age well. Not everything on there aged well. I'm not saying everything is not dope still, but there's a few joints on there that was hot that didn't age well like they used to. Like I could say the same thing about It's Dark and Hell Is Hot, the DMX first album. A lot of them joints on there didn't age well, man.
I'm trying to think what on the Rough Riders album to you didn't, because every hit, all the highs on there. Jay-Z song, of course. Was that the first time Jada and Styles really went back and forth like that officially?
Oh,
or was it banned from TV? Dope Money. Or was it banned from TV?
I think it was banned from TV first.
Which doesn't have the hook.
Banned from TV was '98. That was Nori's first album. Rough Riders Volume 1 was '99. So I want to say they did that before that. I don't know. I gotta look that up, but we'll see. But yeah, listen, me and Mel are resident to this group. Me and Mel used to recite
the Kyrie of the group.
Kyrie of the group. We used to recite Dope Money, son. Like he would be Styles or he'll be Jada. We go back and forth. Yo, that was our shit.
That's excellence,
bro.
Excellence.
If you want to talk about going back and forth, like everyone says Nas and AZ, Nas. I think the chemistry.
No.
The chemistry with Styles and Jada going back.
Not even Big and Jay.
No.
That's unparalleled. That's Marvin and Tammy. I don't think anybody in any genre of any music went back and forth and was like, yo, this is perfection. This was Scotty and Mike level.
Yeah.
Jada and Styles, that amazing. And they did it again on a J-Lo record, didn't they?
Yes. They did it on a J-Lo joint. They did it on a few records, bro. They did it against 50.
Did they?
They dissed 50 that way too, yeah.
I mean, Jada killed 50.
Yeah, they killed 50. Styles got at him too.
Styles really is the reason why all that started.
The 50 joint?
Yes.
Yo, listen, let me tell you something. And I think this song is overlooked. And I haven't seen too many people talk about it. Alchemist, his first album. He had a compilation album. All the artists he did beats for. The Locks had a joint on there. Damn, the name of the song is not coming to my head right now. But they had a song on there. And when I heard that song, the beat is fucking ill. The shit is just, I'm listening to it. And everything's going on with 50 at that time. And 50's beefing with folks. He's beefing with Game. He's beefing with Ja. He's beefing with damn near everybody. and I'm listening to this Locks on the Alchemist album, and I'm hearing the way Styles and Jada are talking. It's you. If you in tune, these are shots at 50, clear as day. I'm like, oh shit. And I said it, and then what happened a few months later? That shit really popped off, and that's when they started going on wax, and it was just out there. It was no more subliminals. But that point, if you listen to that song, and I gotta find the name of it, I'll look it up. But yo,
the first shot I heard was, and I think you said Game, but I think you made it. That was an error. This Game was still rocking with G Unit. He didn't really blow up yet, I don't think. When the Jada Locks versus G Unit back and forth battle started happening.
When?
Because remember that was 50's second album because of Piggy Bank. That's when he went all the way out with it. And then Jada came out with the freestyle in the same week. But I think Styles sent the first shot on a DMX song. Something about lockdown or shut down. Get you locked down. But he was talking about something about getting the bullet out of the boy chipped his tooth. Something like that. And 50's on the song. As a matter of fact, my younger brother, he's the one who's pointed it out, and I was like, no, he's not talking about him. And it was, yeah. And 50 went into the magazines. That's when he started saying, like, yo, what you see is, you don't see what's going on. 50 felt like he was hearing things in the background and what they were talking about, behind the scenes. He was like, yo, enough is enough. Because he gave them props. And the more the hard niggas, they come from Yonkers. He really never wanted that.
And they spoke about that. They took that as a shot at him. They used that against him.
I like
the Essence. The Essence is the name of the song on the Alchemist album. Listen to that shit.
Okay, I will. The Essence. And then there's another one, Get You Shot Down. I know it's a DMX song, but it's with Styles, DMX, and 50 Cent.
Yeah, I remember the song, yeah.
So he was shooting at 50 in that song. But I like 50's song with Yayo when they clap back at Styles. One more word out your mouth, I'll push Styles shit back. It was fire. It was fire. But Jada's freestyle thing was the apex of that whole battle. Not 50's beat. That was an Alchemist beat too. Animal.
Yeah, Animal joint was dope, but the joint that really, the Jadakiss joint against 50 that really did it for me, I felt like, yo, it was a rap, was the joint he had with Styles. It was the one they had with Styles over the
Problem Child beat,
Problem Child beat, yes.
I Shot You.
Yes.
I remember it.
Oh my God. Man, I still play that. Take a piss.
I hear it again.
Formula 50, drink it, nigga.
I'll listen to it again. I just wasn't. It was alright, but it felt fake.
No, nah. Yeah. What do you mean, man? What are you talking about?
Because it wasn't like we spoke about this on I think the first podcast was Beans versus Rockefeller. Beans versus Jada. That felt more real because it felt like Beans had something to prove, and he felt like, yo, how's he gonna talk about Philly? Like it felt like it was organic, the battle. The 50 verse G Unit versus Locks, it didn't feel as organic, is what I mean. I'm not saying that they weren't real about rhyming. That's what they do. But it just didn't have the same feel to it as like Rockefeller versus Rough Riders.
Right. I get you. But man, that song, the Locks got at everybody that they can get at everybody. Like they can get at. And they ain't back down from no one. Nobody.
Yeah.
You gotta give them their respect.
Which, by the way, I got Beans winning that Beanie versus Jada.
So battle.
A lot of my mans might be upset about that, but I'm sorry. Beans got 2-3 freestyles that's just epic. It made me a Beanie Siegel fan. Yes. I talked about that before, but I don't know if that's my favorite battle. I still think the best battle ever is Jay and Nas, but
I would believe so. That Jada and Beans, it was entertaining. Like just that whole era. The Nas and Jay beef, was in there. Like the J Nas, the Jada Kiss and Beans, Locks, State Property, all that was all in the same pot. 2001, 2002, like it was a great time. If you were really a listener of hip hop, you just of battles and beef, that was the time, man. Everyone was coming at everybody. Prodigy, it was a different time. It was a time you had to be around. If you weren't outside when that happened, man, it was different, man.
I'm wondering who, like, what else are your favorite battles? Like, I don't have, some of that shit is just so whatever to me. I don't.
I mean, the most memorable is Nas and Jay, man. I mean, other than that, I mean, yeah, Jada Beans. Those are my those two I could point to, man. I'm not gonna mention Big and Pac. I'm not mentioning that.
I could.
I'm not. It doesn't
Why
count.
not?
Because they both lost their lives over that dumb shit.
I get it. All right. God bless the dead. God, Lord forgiveth. Dude, but I'm saying, song-wise, you had really great songs coming out of that. And I'm not saying who shot you was about Pac, because it wasn't.
Yeah,
But
I'm saying, what songs did I mean? Besides, all right, it came out after
Big had a lot of songs.
Okay, name them. I mean, I already know
the last three. Yeah, the last three on his album on Life After Death.
I get that, but that shit don't count because they were.
Why not?
Big was gone. They were both gone.
Which made it more eerie. Nobody talks about that either.
Bro, but listen, if you know when albums are recorded and you knew Big was promoting the album, you already knew a lot of these songs were in the stash. So, I mean, it's not that eerie. It's just that they haven't put them out.
No. That was an eerie feeling to see Big on the. Think about this. To see Big on that cover. You good?
Yeah, I'm listening.
To see Big on a cover like that.
Right.
To hear him, I just heard it today, matter of fact.
Heard what?
I don't even know why I was listening to it today. Biggie's album. The interlude. I'm gonna kill you, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Word. Like everything.
Yeah.
But he's talking about somebody calling him like it was real.
He was getting death threats. Yeah.
So, boom. Then, of course, the beef. All the background to it is documented. We already mentioned Puff, right? Okay. Not only that, I forgot to mention Puff. Everybody keeps talking about the commercial shit. All right, cool. Nori just reminded me that Puff and Bad Boy had mixtapes too.
Yeah. Yes.
And they were talking about
Big. That was on that mixtape, the Clue on Bad Boy mixtape.
But they didn't have any songs on there. They had a couple songs, but it's Puff talking shit on there over Hit 'Em Up. Laughing at him. Laughing at Pac like, oh yeah? Right? So it was there. All I'm saying is that it got look like even for the whole thing with Gucci Mane versus Jeezy. Even that you could say that shit was crazy to see this guy perform that. That was I thought something was gonna happen.
That was wild. It was entertaining as hell. It was wild, but yeah.
But why is it entertaining?
Because them niggas are still alive. They're alive to tell it. They're alive to actually be like, all right, we're able to do these songs, but we know after we do these songs that we're going to the club in Atlanta, we're going to chill out and we're going to squash this beat. We're going to make this money off this IG live. That's why. Big and Pac are dead, man. They ain't no coming back.
But there was still suspense. I'm not trying to argue none of that shit.
I know that.
What I'm saying is that it was like a movie. And you hear like, what are the last three songs? And Nobody Till Somebody Kills You?
That's one of my probably top 5 big songs for me, personally. I love that song.
Not Was Beef. What's the last 3 songs?
Nobody Till Somebody Kills You is the last song. My Downfall is the one with the interlude over the phone. I'm gonna kill you, mother dead. That shit. And what's the other one? I think it's the drum of 112.
No. The last 3 songs are very
Long Kiss Goodnight. Long Kiss Goodnight.
Yes. That's like
I'm well aware. I know. I know. It was hot. when we heard it in '97, but I'm like, yo, now I'm like, damn. After all this shit, I still love those songs.
I know I feel the same way you do.
Right.
I feel the same way you do. It's just that's Gucci Mane shit. But he died.
Okay.
Your whole life you live sneaky. Now you resting where the worms in the weak be. You're talking to a dead man at that point.
My 9-5, baptized, rap guys with the Holy Ghost. I put holes in most. Yeah, I know.
So all I'm saying is,
I fucked you up for real though. I know.
So all I'm saying is, with some more diss songs.
Big had the better songs. If we're gonna get down to that,
right?
Big had the better songs. I mean, if you want to count those as Big going back,
yes.
Which I guess Big had the better songs.
That might be
clearly.
This is black. This is Stephen A. Smith blasphemous to even say. It's very like I don't even think we could put this out on Twitter.
Yes, we can, man. What are you talking about?
Yes, that's a real, like you said, people could take that the wrong way. But what Big did was like, yo, real bad boy for the silence. It's foul. But Pac had it coming to him. I always said that.
Oh, you sound low, bro.
I said Pac had it coming.
All right. Yeah.
But Pac had it coming to him. You know what I'm saying? Pac had it coming to him. But Big is all right. So we're on the same page. I think that
all right. So
we made that whole
wait,
we spoke for 20 minutes about that.
About this.
Yeah.
They're actually talking in discussion about doing a Big and Pac versus.
Yeah.
What do you feel about that?
If they play, you're nobody till somebody kills you. Long kiss, good night.
Hit them up.
And how can you not play those records? That gotta be. I'm not saying is that one of
I gotta be
20
honest.
best songs?
No, I'm saying, listen, I gotta be honest. I'm totally against this shit. I'm totally against them actually considering this shit.
Why? Who else can you put bigger than?
You cannot play those records.
Yes, you can.
Why the fuck can you? Why can't you? That's like, yo, Jay.
Put it in perspective.
Jay and Nas, if they did a versus, they're gonna play Ether and Takeover?
They should.
No, but they can't. They won't.
You know, hold on. I don't even want to have that
conversation. It's too much shit on the line with that.
This guy Glasses Malone was just saying that Ether is Nas's like best record or greatest record.
Glasses Malone would say wild takes. That's how he's popular.
He does, but I understand what he's saying. I understand what he's saying. Because he's saying that's a different subject, but he's saying that like Nas's songs, all right, if I rule the world, okay, but none of those records did what Ether did. None of those, he's saying as a dude from the West Coast, as objective as he can possibly, for us, Nas is a New Yorker. Yes. So it's easy for us to listen to that and consume it, especially New York dudes.
Yeah, the impact of Ether, like just the word is used everywhere. They put in it, they even have a description for it now, another description for it in the dictionary due to Nas. Like, yo, listen, still, with all that being said,
he can't play that.
That is not his best song. No way that's his best song.
He didn't say best.
No fucking
He didn't say
way.
best. He's saying like his most impactful, greatest, like it made the most noise out of any one of his songs.
Yeah, because it's controversial.
Yeah, but what he's saying, his point is, and that's one of the greatest rap artists of all time, but it shouldn't be one of his greatest songs. I think that's what he was trying to say. And he's kind of right.
I don't know. Shit. You think that's what he was trying to say, or is that what he was saying?
All right, so if he's not saying that, I'm saying that. I'm saying that, like, yeah, Nas should have had way more impactful records than that. Now, I'm not saying he didn't. Well, I am saying he didn't. Ether just did, like, to be in the dictionary now.
I mean, so is same way Stan is M's best record?
It might be his best record.
I think it is.
Stan, the joint from the 8 Mile shit, he got a couple. Eminem got a couple.
Eminem got a couple of them joints.
The Eminem slander is
I don't know, man. Ether, man. I mean, shit. I mean, the impact is crazy, but man, if I rule the world, man, that's up there with Juicy to me. Like that's an impactful record. Like,
not for me.
You don't think so?
You can't play that at a bar right now, and white, black, Chinese are rocking that record. That's what Juicy
true.
does.
That's nah. You got a point there. That's true.
And Ether might be white, black, Chinese might.
Yeah, but you ain't playing that at the club. Like, I don't want to hear that at the bar, nigga. I don't want to hear Takeover at the.
I might want to hear. I might want to hear Ether at the bar.
Fuck Jay-Z.
Yes.
Oh shit. What's up, niggas? Like,
and niggas is talking and yeah, niggas is talking like listen. All right. Damn, I don't even want to go into that. That's that's a different segment, bro. I want to touch.
Yeah, we.
But anyway, a big versus Pac versus. They're playing. I would think the last 3 songs on Big's album, his career is so short. And those 3 songs aren't really even known. They're not really known by everyone. Like, even though he sold 8 million or whatever on Life After Death.
They're not known.
You're not playing that in the verses. You playing the remix to Mary J. Blige. You're not playing Long Kiss Goodnight in the verses. That's crazy.
Why
you're not playing Hit 'Em Up.
You playing Ether at the club. You can't play Long Kiss Goodnight at the club?
No.
I'm bullshitting, but go ahead.
No, you're not. Nah. Long Kiss Goodnight. Somebody killed you. Can't play that at the club.
That's my shit. I play that in the car and zone out. That's on like 3 of my playlists because I just love that the music, everything, man. The whole vibe of it, man. That shit put me in the zone. It's real shit.
I want my spot back. Take 2 is a hell of a line.
I want my spot back. Take 2.
Take 2.
Motherfuckers mad because I blew. Niggas envy us. Too many niggas on my dick. Shit string you us.
But take 2 is such an ill line that, like, take 2 shots. Take 2 meaning I'm taking number 1 again, or take number 2. You take the number 2 spot. That was the genius and that Big was headed to, and influenced by Jay.
Yes. Caught in the
You know what else?
Yes.
You know what I just caught?
What?
The true influence, when it really hit me that he was influenced by Jay. Conscious of Your Nonsense since '88. So more popular than Johnson. Why would he say '88?
Listen, when '88 was when crack era like took off, because Rakim, Kane, like that era was just different. '88 is like the go-to, it's like the flagship year of the crack era for hustlers and rappers. Niggas bring up '88 like it's niggas bring up '88, and plus it's hip hop that year. '88 that's one of the golden era. That's one of the best years in hip hop considered. '88. Listen, '88. I'm not disagreeing with none of that.
All right. There's a reason. I'm saying there's a reason why he brought '88 up, and he brought it up twice on the album, the 112. And '88, Miles' only weapon, right?
Yeah.
So that's a contradiction, by the way. But I think it's because of Jay.
I don't know. Listen, Big's from Brooklyn. Big's from New York. Like, yo, listen, '88 is a well-known year.
Conscience of Your Nonsense since '88.
So more powerful.
I think that was a sublime.
At Jay?
Yes.
Probably.
It was friendly. Yeah.
Probably. Yeah.
Partner, I've been spending this money since '88.
But remember, this song is about Nas. These are shots at Nas.
Not the bleach in your eyes about Raekwon. The whole thing is not about Nas. And I'm just saying, Big was like that. Yeah. That's the thing about that era that just like we talked about Barkley and these players nowadays are so sensitive. The rappers back then, they were so ill that they were saying subliminals, and it was what it was.
Yeah, dudes could do that. Still sharp and still.
Yeah.
That's a good possibility, man.
It's one life, one love, so they can only be one. That's ill, bro.
Nas, yeah. That was
that's ill.
The era was
ill.
different.
You could just send,
See,
shots.
Listen, and listen. This is
you had to be. That's like looking at a Marvel comic book.
Listen,
you gotta understand. You gotta be in Star Wars though. You gotta know.
You gotta understand.
You gotta understand.
You gotta understand the canon. Like yo, that shit is canon right there. Like yo, it's in. Like yo, if you know, this leads to that. Yo, if you know your history here, when he took this shot, like you just gotta know that shit. And that goes along with people. You had to be outside when certain shit was going on. Certain albums, certain songs were just out, and what was going on amongst rappers. Like it's just different. Like yeah, it's one thing to learn the history and someone's telling you like, yo, well this happened and this line here, yo, he was talking about so and so. But once it was happening in real time, nigga, it was different, man. This is my thing with hip hop now. It's just not like that no more to me, bro. I mean, maybe because I'm just. It's not my era no more. It's for the young kids. It's not for us growing up. We grew up with Big. I think we were spoiled. We grew up with Big. We grew up with Nas. We grew up with Jay, Wu-Tang. Like we were spoiled. I don't think these kids nowadays understand. Like yo, just rap was just different. Their artists were different. They were just built different, especially coming out of New York. You had to come with your bars. It was still sharp and still. You was taking subliminals. Like, yo, everyone was on their game, man. It was just a different game. Now it's not like that, man. It's not.
And those were the best of the best.
Yeah.
Doing it. I didn't know in the same song that the Lexus with TVs is the minimum. Yeah, I didn't know he was talking about Jay-Z. I never knew that until 50 said it like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Because I never would have caught that.
Exactly.
I just
TV.
That's how they
minimum ill sex and adrenaline. Yeah.
We gotta talk. Yo, we're gonna talk about that now.
Damn, son, damn. Now you got me hyped. I'm mad.
And you know, I mean,
what?
Take some melatonin. And get some rest.
Yeah, we gotta wrap this one up. This was crazy. This is going in the books.
Yo, we had to bring the hip hop back up for the real B dot. Real hip hop.
We got to
the real B dot.
I mean, I told folks on Twitter I was gonna do start a hip hop podcast with my peoples.
What's your man's name? Elliot Pizza, and the fake B dot. Yo, we coming for you, man.
Leave Elliot alone, man. I like
Elliot Pizza. Elio's Pizza.
Nah.
Get him out of here, man. Get him out of here, man. It's a new era. Listen, I'm a competitive man. That's what we're doing, man. He's gonna have to holler at us on. He works for Title now, right? He's gonna have to holler at us. Like Flex said. Nah.
Flex Hogan.
Yo.
The paper planes on their head. Yeah. Flex is a funny dude, man. But yeah, man. Episode 5 in the books. This one, I think this is a classic.
Oh shit.
This shit was dope. Your influential NBA player take was crazy. I think that's going up in the rafters. We got to put that in the podcast rafters.
Oh no! Don't do that to me. I have to be humble.
Huh?
Wow. I'm too humble for that, man. That's scary.
Shut the fuck up. Yo.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. All right, man. Signing off.
See y'all later, man. Raymundo B. Mel, get better.
Mel, get better, man. Love you, bro.
All right.
Peace and love.